Especially small and medium enterprises, must adopt strong investment strategies to ensure long-term financial stability. The Minara Chamber of Commerce and 274 investment managers are co-hosting a workshop to equip businesses with the knowledge and tools to navigate financial challenges through smart investments. Ridwaan Kajee, a senior credit analyst at 274 investment managers, joins us to discuss this workshop further. Brother Ridwaan, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to the show.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sister Nisa, jazakallah for having me.
Barakallah feek. So, what motivated the Minara Chamber of Commerce and 274 investment managers to organize this workshop on business financial stability through investments?
So, Sister Nisa, I think over a few years, 274 has had a long-standing relationship with Minara. Mm-hmm. So, both ourselves as 274 and Minara, the aim at one of our core aims is at promoting business growth in the communities that we operate. Now, for us in particular, that's for our clients, our stakeholders, who extend beyond just clients, right? It's also those we channel money to as an asset manager.
Yes.
Now, I think collaboration is something that's important, obviously, in the world we live in to really achieve the growth as business, as communities. But sometimes we find that practically the way we operate is maybe a bit more polarized than it should be to really optimize and get the most out of the way we work as a business community. So we really wanted to use this opportunity to talk quite generally about investment decisions for a wide audience and really how to approach the decision to make important financial decisions, which really aim to promote longevity of business, sustainability for not only ourselves as the investor, but the community we operate in, our stakeholders like employees, suppliers, the full ecosystem. And the aim is, inshallah, to really bring the discussion down to a level that's really easily digested and understood for the layman who doesn't necessarily have a lot of investment experience, who might be in business, yes, who might be a professional out of the finance field. That's really what the aim is for the discussion.
So what practical insights or tools then can attendees gain from the workshop?
So I think, there's probably a couple of things we want to cover, really just how to think about investments. It's whether it's a decision to invest or allocate capital to an investment, how to think about, bringing on a financing partner, whether it's, a bank, whether, Sharia compliant financing that may be considered in a business to help its growth, whether a business is considering, bringing in a third party shareholder. What are the sort of thought processes that one needs to really go through and tread with a bit of caution in making these decisions. I think, our hope is really to leave the audience with more than, just a little bit on investments. I think if I look at the esteemed co-panelists that I've got alongside me in the panel, yes, discussion, in Hafiz Amin Hassan, who's the head of Sharia banking at Senate Bank, and Amina Nagbi, who's a senior director at a consulting or mergers and acquisitions consulting firm called FTI Consulting, they really add a nice mix of knowledge from their perspective, which really adds a banking lens, obviously coming from Amin's perspective, and then the perspective of growing one's business through bringing in new shareholders, which is really Amina's area of expertise, given what she does on a day-to-day role. So it's really just giving the audience a bit of perspective in approaching an investment decision, whether it's in their own business or, as I said, as an investor that's got a bit of excess wealth, is looking to really grow it. How do they sort of think through that?
So, how do businesses of all sizes benefit from incorporating investment planning into their financial strategies?
So, I think there's a bit of a decision process that the theory talks about. And the theory is often, a mix of very technical jargon. And again, as I said in the session, we look to really bring that down. But there's really a thought process that I guess an investor would need to make, whether that's a business. Yes. And I guess to answer your question, if it is a business, there's a couple of decisions, right? As an example, there's excess cash, either the business reinvests that in their own sort of stock or their own sort of service or business to really take it to new heights. They can look at, expanding their markets by looking at, maybe possibly acquiring a competitor. Um, if the business has, different shareholders, the best decision might actually be to return capital to shareholders, to keep shareholders happy. Or it might just mean investing it, in something very different and outside of the business. And an example of that is really, investing in the stock markets, or investing through a Sharia compliant asset manager who offers Sharia compliant funds. And what that does is it adds a layer of diversification to what a business or an investor with capital really is exposed to. And I think that point is something in particular that in the session I would love to, or I plan to really build on, is just what does diversification mean? People often hear the term not putting your eggs in one basket.
Yes.
But just, really just expanding on that and saying, how do we think about concepts like risk and return? What does diversification do in terms of protecting against, adverse events? Not too long ago, we had a shock like COVID to our system, to our economical system, to the global system. Obviously impacted a range of not only businesses, but even, individuals' investments that they might have had in stock markets. So it's really just thinking about these things that might happen, which is outside of our control many of the time. And how do we really just optimize our allocation, our pot of capital that we have? How do we optimally spread it, so that our eggs aren't in one basket, and we really protect ourselves against unforeseen events that we do see happens more often than I think we'd like it to.
So, how can those who are interested in attending register for the workshop, and are there any requirements or deadlines that they need to keep in mind?
Sure. So Sister Anissa, the workshop is next week. We've got a physical workshop, which is going to be hosted in Norwood at the Wealth Space Center. All of the details are on our social media platforms, which is under our profile at 274. That can be found on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn as well. There isn't any specific criteria. I think what we would ask interested attendees to do is to please register prior to the event, just so we can manage space and really to accommodate there's those that are interested in attending. But if anyone has any difficulty finding any details, they're more than welcome to really just call into our offices or email us to assist. They can visit our website to really get those details, and our team will be happy to really guide them in the right direction to getting registered for the event. I believe there will be it will be recorded and potentially uploaded by Radio Islam as well. So those that miss it can hopefully catch the recorded version.
All right. So before we wrap up, Brother Ridwaan, do you have any final advice for business owners looking to secure their financial future through smart investments? Something that you could give us in a bite size.
I think I'd probably use the words this collaboration and leveraging the community that we have around us. I think to really grow not only our own businesses but that of others, it needs engagement with others. Everyone doesn't know everything, so there are experts in different fields that what one might be looking to really grow their business, whether it's speaking to an expert from a banking perspective or speaking to ourselves as an asset manager, or Minara as an example, the Chamber of Commerce, and really is there to guide businesses in their growth ambitions and how to sort of navigate what they're really looking to achieve. So I think I'd probably coin or use the word collaboration rather to really be a final word of advice on that point.
All right. Well, Jazakallah khair for your time and for giving us the details for the workshop. And I'm sure that many people out there are interested. I mean, there are little businesses that want to try and better themselves, and this would be a good starting point, or even just getting their knowledge upgraded. So if anybody is interested, the 274 website is where you can find the details, email, telephone numbers, and all of the details for the workshop as well. Brother Ridwaan, Jazakallah khair for your time, and wishing you all the best with the workshop.
Jazakallah, Sister Anissa. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. And that was Brother Ridwaan Kajee, who is a senior credit analyst at 274 Investment Managers. And together with the Minara Chamber of Commerce, they have put together a workshop that will equip businesses with the knowledge and tools to navigate financial challenges through smart investments. So if you are interested in attending, you can get onto the 274 Investment website, and you'll be able to get all of the details for contact numbers and as well as the workshop details there as well. And it is best to register for the workshop if you do want to attend, and it is being held in Johannesburg. We're going to take a break. When we come back, our last interview for this evening is with Al Baraka Bank, and we're keeping to finance today, it seems, and we will be talking to Brother Ahmed Hussein in a few moments.
Would you like to give Sadaqah 360